team@rtsc.baconicecream.com.
Hey, everybody! So you can see here today it's just me and Crow.
Yeah, somehow I think we eliminated the competition.
And Rich is here in spirit, as you all may know. He's traveling, and I know he wasn't feeling as well. He may pop in. So if he does, boom, we'll have him in. I know he'll be watching from the car.
And wouldn't it have been the first time he would have popped into a, I think even an Evercast, because I've seen he's done that before, just out of nowhere for like a couple minutes.
Yeah. So he's here. He's here in spirit. How did he do that?
He's here in spirit. Wow.
Yeah. Rich is giving me the. He's giving me the
podcast is getting smaller and smaller. it's streamlining. It's downsizing.
Yeah. All right. So let's take a look at the chat, and let's say hi to people, and we got a lot of cool things we can go ahead and talk about. All right. Hey,
you forgot something.
I am Richard KillDashNine. I know. I was wet. People have to put that in the chat. Have to summon me in the chat. Oh, Ghost Rich. Here's Dan.
If I would have known that, I could have done something. Oh
well. We'll save it for.
I should have known that, but I forgot entirely.
Oh, Dan, we'll get to that. Yeah. I don't know if he's literally driving the car, but yeah, he's there. Welcome, Mike. Yep, all tons of stuff we're gonna talk about. And hey, who's this guy? He's like, who did that? I know, right? He's like, how'd you do that?
I was like, yeah, how did you change his avatar? And I said, oh wait, that's a different channel.
Yeah. That's like really him. The spirit of gaming past. Yep. Yep. Morning, Casey. Yeah, he's also here. There. Oh my God, he's here in spirit. And then, hey, Anthony. And who else do we have? Yep, Retro Gaming Revival. And Ernest P. Whirl. Yep, yeah, well, maybe not with your wallet. It just depends if you already have the VS. Is that Picard wearing a Santa hat?
It is. Well, no, or something. Oh, maybe he's a wig or something.
Yeah. Let's see. So then we have Lloyd.
Yeah, I was gonna like Retro Gaming Revival. We've met Al Lowe, developer of Fleet and Tapeworm, and I was thinking, isn't Al Lowe the guy who did Leisure Suit Larry? And that's what Dan Nastic says. And Alistair Lowe made Flea because he's low tech games.
Gotcha. So, but yeah, in order for me to do a Retro KillDashNine, like I said, I have to be summoned to officially do it. But yeah, so we could go ahead and get started and
wake up and smell the coffee.
Yep.
No, I'm not gonna smell any coffee.
Got lots of, got loads of good stuff here. So
yeah, there's a lot of stuff even without Rich here.
Yep.
So you looking for the very first topic? Or
yeah, it is like the Candyman. Yeah, let me go ahead. Let me share. Chrome tab.
I think your clip had an unintended effect. Some people took it as a jump scare.
Oh, it could have. But you know what? We're gonna keep people on it. You're gonna keep people on their toes because there may be more of those.
Oh yeah, there may be more of these. Rich is in control. You never know what's not Rich. Ed is in control. You never know what's going to happen. Look at it. You can see that he's plotting and scheming, still on his face.
See, he even says I've taken control. Oh, okay. I can hold on a second. I can hold on.
Oh, there you
go. Retro KillDashNine! Okay, there we go.
I see. He was saving it. He was holding it back.
Yeah, right. Okay, so I'm sure a lot of you have seen this about Game of the Month and and all that, and cool new features. And I think everyone's aware that you go in, you just do your normal update, bim bam boom, nothing nothing special, and hopefully everyone's gone ahead and has done that. Yes, I have.
But these monitors don't have horizontal and vertical anymore. Nobody uses CRTs anymore.
It's true. It's true. I think they're meaning that as a joke, but yeah.
I know it's a joke. I'm just saying that doesn't apply anymore.
Right. No, definitely not. So let's talk about, and I know we were talking a little bit about competition mode. And so, when you start a game, you press Y, it shows a trophy in the corner. You can't do save states or anything. But Carl, why don't you tell me something that you figured out that kind of ruins it?
Well, it took me 2 seconds to figure out that it's easy to circumvent because they put that trophy up in the corner. So it's very easy. You could just do your save states and everything like you would normally do. Slice the video together and just take that image and paste it in the corner of your video and pretend you did it in competition mode. So I was saying that in order to make it a bit difficult, if they're going to do the trophy, it should be transparent and on the video somewhere and on the screen somewhere. So that would be very difficult to fake.
Yep. Well, yeah, definitely, I agree, because I think definitely it was something that was.
Oh, and that's a bad miss.
I don't think it's a bad miss, but I mean, it's just they're introducing it, So they just wanted to get it out there. So I'm sure that these type of things will be more fleshed out over time.
Yeah, and not only that, also too, for arcade cards, they need to make it so when you pop in a credit, or when you go into competition mode, it pops in a credit and you can't add any more. Because something like Bad Dudes, if you beat the game, you get 9999999 score. And so
however, it's more difficult to do that with Bad Dudes because if you're just infinitely putting in credits, because I think at the high score table at the end, it shows that you continued.
Oh, okay. But you know what I mean, though. It would be nice, or double, any of those games. How far can you get on one credit? The Capcom Coliseum. It does that. It puts a 999 in that lower corner. But
I'm not familiar with that. That's where you could buy the games individually, and it's like an arcade. Is that okay?
But the cool thing is, across all the platforms, you can play 1943 for free. So it's kind of fun to play that, and it puts a 999, but it actually puts it on the image of the game and not in the corner. So yeah, I agree. They need to watermark it over the game, so you can't just. Yeah,
they didn't make it difficult for somebody to fake it. I mean, even if it was watermarked over the image, I'm sure there's a way to I could just put a transparent image over my footage too. But there's just got to be it'd be harder to do live. And that's why a lot of speed running has to be done live now. You can't just submit a video; it has to be done live.
Yeah. But
it does. I mean, it's a step forward.
Yeah, but what I thought would be kind of fun to do a Mega Cats Tanzer, see how far you can get and put it in that, and put it in that mode. Just for fun. But yeah, that's the thing. I want something official, or if you would want to do speed running, and let's see, get the chat blowing up. And then I think it's
it's from Outer Limits. Yeah.
Hey, yeah, Ian agrees with you on that. And then Crimson saying, people find a way to cheat, either one credit play or limit credits in the options. Oh, that would be fine too, as long as it shows it on the screen. But I think it would be easier just for them to put in the code and just say, as soon as you go into that, it pops in the credit. Yeah, it's a good first step. What does John say? He's terrible at games. Hey,
it's almost the games that are not in competition mode.
Yeah.
It's hard to remove a watermark, but it's easy to add one.
There we go. Okay. I had the banner such a huge. Yeah. For all of you who don't know, within Shimar, we created a separate profile just for Evercast. So I think that's so that's why they were taking up the whole screen. There we go. Now it looks more like humans can see there at the bottom. Tapeworm, we're gonna talk about that.
We are? I haven't played it yet.
Oh, okay. or you could say you're.
What's
we'll
funny,
talk about
you know,
game of the month. I mean, we'll talk about game of the month.
When the update happened, the first game I played was Beast Wrestler because I wanted to see if it made the game any better.
Oh, yeah, Mike didn't even know Bill mentioned play Bad Dudes. Yeah. We could talk. We'll talk about that feature, but we can kind of wait to dive into that game if you haven't played that.
Well, no, you could talk about it.
Okay.
I mean, if you want, I could just play it right now.
Go for it. Yeah, go for it, man. Go for it.
Well, no, I'm not going to do that.
Let's see.
Well, if you want to talk about it, I could put it on screen while you talk about it.
Gotcha. Yeah. Well, when we get to the game, of the month, you can.
Okay, I thought we were.
You can do that. I know I did too. That I went down in order. I'm like, oh, that's what's fun about it. That's what's fun about about just stuff being, about stuff being live. Because things like this just happen.
I order you to go take a number 2. Aye, aye, Captain.
How many clips did you put together?
Too many. Too many. Yeah. How annoyed would Pete be if he was here? I'd probably
that's true.
I'd probably be banned because I know he barely used to tolerate like when you would do that. All right, so refocus back here. So people will be and we were talking about this too, that there were some reported issues with the Beast Wrestler and I think maybe a few other games. And go ahead and talk about go ahead and talk about it.
Well, I when I was playing it, it was that was the first time I was playing it. I just happened to have been playing Beast Wrestler earlier, like a day or two before the patch went live, and I just noticed certain things were very difficult to do, especially when I was putting the name of my creature in, the cursor was flying all over the place. And then there was certain moves, like a dash move that you could do. I mean, it's very difficult to do in the game because all the dashing has to be done double tapping diagonally. So I was like, okay, I'm done with the game. And then I look at the patch update and it's oh, they did something to Beast Wrestler. So what I think what was happening is the way it was explained is that when you're pushing a direction, instead of when you hold the button down, instead of just holding the button down, I think it was acting like a turbo fire for that button, which is why it was so difficult to do certain things in the game. So I did go back and I played it after the update. That's why I played Beast. Sometimes I say Beast Warrior, but the game's Beast Wrestler.
It's all good.
So I went in and I tried it out, and I was able to do the dashing. That inputting the name was a bit easier, but the game really didn't become any better.
Right. Oh, so Crimson brings up a good point. So there's two different types of updates. There's some that update the emulator itself, and some that doesn't have to patch the cart. I think and some of them actually have to be patched on the cart. So I think it just depends. Some of it's just built in. If it updates the firmware, then it's built into it. We don't have to worry. But yeah, I think it's kind of funny how it goes. Let's see, did Eric answer? I had a couple.
I kind of figured that once you put in the cartridge, it would just update it.
Yeah. Oh, I'm still. You know what? Thank you, Ballistic Coffee Boy. So I tweeted this out, and some of y'all may know. So Renovation Collection was announced. I don't know, sometime last year. I know before we got our VS and our founders and all that good stuff. And I've been waiting on that collection, for such a long time. And it was gonna take until April 31st for me to get it.
What?
Yeah. So I didn't want to wait that long. So I went ahead and I canceled it. I did already put my next order I already have with Morph Cats and Intellivision 2. But yeah, I bit the bullet. I paid the extra $20 USD to get it from Fun Stock, and that's with the shipping a little bit more because I've been really wanting that game.
And you said it already shipped, so
yes.
Oh yeah!
I'm just curious. Do you know estimated delivery date or no?
Not. It's left the facility. What I'm thinking, because the last item that I had shipped was the purple Evercade, and that took a week. So it seems to be about on average a week.
That's true. When I ordered a couple things from Fun Stock early on, it did take about a week for most of it. But one thing I ordered, one order took a month for whatever reason. I don't know why, but
yeah. I mean, so here's the thing that I want that I want to touch on for that. If someone like us who's going to buy like every single collection, if that's over like if there's 12 carts, that'll be like $240 $240 a year to buying them all. So, and that's just in shipping and the extra cost.
Hell, it's only money, as Rockefeller said.
Well, okay, think about it this way. You said $240 over the course of a year to buy all the cartridges being released.
Yeah, for 12, yeah.
And the way I think about it, that's not very much because I spend $250 a year just on paying taxes to drive my car.
I know.
Because a city sticker and a state sticker. So 2 stickers combined is like $250 here.
Yeah.
Per year.
Yeah, but thank you, Jameson. I had to restrain. I could have, I definitely could have loaded it more. Well, but here's the thing: if you get it from like Video Games Plus or Amazon, you don't have to pay it. So that's how I kind of look at it: is it's money thrown down the money thrown. Down
Amazon, I was gonna say, Amazon US has been doing like way better than I even expected for.
Yeah.
For like somebody had mentioned the Morph Cap and Intellivision 2 games. They were up on Amazon for pre-order the day they were supposed to go up on Funstock. So I was kind of surprised to see that. I think the day they went up, either that or the next day. And the last 2 collections, Renovation and Gremlin, I got them on the release day, the actual release day. I know everybody ordered them from Funstock, got them like way earlier. But that's fine. I was just expecting it. I was actually expecting it a week after release, and I was kind of surprised when they shipped it. And I was like, oh, I'm going to get it on release day?
Yeah. Well, it's funny how the table. Oh, by the way, Randy. Yeah, sorry about that. Didn't mean to scare your kitty. But yeah, and that's why I'm saying like I can't win because before Amazon canceled, and then I switched over. Then Video Games Plus was good, and then they weren't. But I get there's like certain like logistic issues and all that. And wow, I love the conversation going. People are on all cylinders. They do. So I for the next one, like the cap, like. Again, I've talked about this, that if it was something like really cool, or if it was like a mug or something that I really liked, I would maybe. Well,
the thing I don't like about Funstock is if you order something and then you go, oh, I want to order this too, they won't combine the 2 items together. They will ship them. In order to get them together, you have to cancel your orders and then order them all together on one order. Because when I talk to customer service, they won't even do that in customer service. You have to cancel and reorder.
Well, you know what I think of that.
Oh, and that's a bad mess.
That's what for all of you. I mean, yeah. Me and my wife, we love that show, Mitchell and Webb, or anything that those actors do. And that
that's what that's from. Okay,
that's from Mitchell. Yeah, they're like these like sports announcers for like snooker, and it's just
I think I've seen that, but it's been such a long time. The only thing I remember from that show is Sir Chicken Digby Caesar or whatever his name is.
Sir Digby Chicken Caesar. yes, I'm like yes, that is just. But just just like shows like what I like lie to and all that stuff. Like we watch a lot of like British shows that are just like great that like they, like here in the U.S. we can't do panel shows as good. That's all I can say. But anyways, yeah, me and my wife say, and that's a bad miss. Yeah, me and my wife say that a lot. So I had to put that. Don't be wearing it. Yeah. I was, I think I've talked about this. Like I would have wanted a hat that either looks like the VS, like the white and red, or I don't know, something just more than just a hat.
I have that hat. I just have it hanging up in the room. I have a bunch of hats just hanging around the walls.
I'm just stressful in the transit. Let's see.
So are we off track?
Yeah, but it's all good. We're 20 minutes in. I keep expecting the jump scares. We catch up to the chat. Started wearing mine last month. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's not that it's bad. I'm just like I really like my Zelda cap, so I want something that has like more pizzazz. Kind of like when I went to pick this one out at Game Over Games. I just had like a red hat. It was red and it just said Mario on it. I'm like, meh. You know what I mean?
So that's the other thing. Rich is saying that if you order, make one order altogether, but one item is a pre-order that's not getting released till much later, then you have to wait for everything. Like, so if there was like, you ordered 5 items and one of those items, 4 of those items are ready to ship right now, and one of those items is a pre-order that won't ship for like 3 months, you have to wait for 3 months for everything to be shipped all together.
Yeah, that's nonsense. So that's you got to be careful. Oh, yes, we've seen Mitchell and Webb, and then even that show where he's like Shakespeare. But yeah, no, that's definitely great. Ballistic Coffee likes that too. I wish they made a couple words. Wow, people really want everything to accessorize and match. Oh, here's here. Wow, yeah, I didn't type that. That's Rich as himself.
I assumed it was actually Rich.
yeah, that's really Rich. Now I got a jump scare. Oh, okay. So he's saying that you can do that. If you actually order something, they'll give you credit. That's cool though. That's good to know. Good stuff. All right. Let's see what else. Fun stock computer doesn't allow. Blah blah. Yeah, we talked about that. Those you're right, Crow. Yeah, those PEGI ratings.
No, that's I think I showed it off last week. That no PEGI rating. If they're gonna be on there, they're gonna be on there. I don't care that much, but I even ESRB ratings. Like I was kind of disappointed when limited run games started having to add ESRB ratings to their games because originally they didn't have any.
Well, it could be. I like in Germany. I've seen like in the Discord, like they have to have like another sticker. There's like a DS.
Yeah, because they have a different rating system.
Yeah. Oh hey Sternhammer. Yep, that's cool. No problem. Well, like yes, love British
What about the IT crowd? Because that's the one I won't stop watching.
Dude, that show I love. That show. One of my favorite ones. Not to go too far off a tangent, is the one about like the hipster bar. Like that's just so so great. That was like it was like in that like on that bar.
Is that where he won? He was the game show. Is that the one?
I think it might be the same. I think it might be the same episode, but it was like hidden. It was like hidden in that like thing. Oh, that
where he had his rival -1.
Yeah,
and then they went out and did the street version of the game.
Yes, that, and then one of my favorite parts too was the one with the whole bomb like being diffused, and then when they said it's Windows Vista, we're screwed. But yeah, that's the one. Well,
the one episode that I thought was hilarious was the one where they went to the musical, and then I can't remember his name now. Moss winds up working there, and through misunderstanding, and I can't remember the other guy's name, but he winds up pretending to be handicapped.
Oh yes, yes, that's a classic. He has to follow through. But yeah, things like that, like anything with like Alan Partridge is great. Actually, and I swear we'll get back on track here. Not to go too far off on a tangent here, but my wife was watching something where the actor that was playing him was like hosting something else, and it was bizarre because he plays that guy being Alan Partridge.
Lucy says you need to see Garth Marenghi's Dark Place, and to be honest, I saw that before IT Crowd. And I thought that was hilarious, and that does have that has Matt Berry and Richard. Richard, what's his name anyway? The guy plays Moss.
Dude. Yes, no, I've seen that, and then Stephen Toast of London, that whole thing. Yeah, there's so many. I mean, pretty much, I want to say that if there's a British show, League of Gentlemen, not to be confused with Extraordinary Gentlemen. All right, I promise we'll get back on track. I know it's funny because I know sometimes when Pete when Pete would be here, we'd get sidetracked on sports. I guess, and I mean, so it's all good.
Oh, well, Pete and Rich.
Yeah, that's true. So let's go. Let's go here. What else were we? Blah 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 blah. Taking greater lengths. Oh yeah, about security, which is great. Something about 32-bit game. That's good because developers know that things are going to be secure. Ooh, so we are going to talk about this. Ryan is specifically given permission. So there's a combination unlock, and there's another hidden game. And then do you want to Go ahead.
And you said that you were going to talk about that here because you asked if I wanted to know before the show, and I said no.
Yeah, exactly. Crow doesn't even know. Yeah, game of the month. Yeah, you can play Tapeworm if you want.
Oh, I can. You giving me permission?
I give you the almighty permission. I know. I think the way that I said that. Yeah, go ahead.
Because I haven't touched this yet.
Let's see if I can figure out.
Oh, okay.
I make that one.
Oh, what the?
I'm trying to make it focus on you, but I.
Well, you don't. I guess as long as they can see it. So I guess he's got a certain length. Okay, I can see the number of segments at the top. Oh wait. Oh, I see. You could choose the hole he comes out of.
Yeah.
Time limit.
Yeah, there's a time.
So just getting all the musical notes. Okay.
Yeah. This I think is great. At first, when I saw this whole game is just like crazy. I love that's what I love about indie games. You're tapeworm, you're in the thing, and this is a real
the spikes. Oh, okay, you do die.
Yeah. Now, what is neat about this, even though they didn't say that your save will reset, you do get passwords. So technically, when you buy the collection, you can still continue on. Which I think is.
Oh, you know what I wonder? Let's see here. If I quit,
tapeworm is excellent.
Oh, you can play this in competition mode.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, we can't. Why is it getting cut off? Oh,
because you're zooming in. It's just
Okay, maybe I'll leave it like this so people can see it better.
So what happens if I pause here and it just blocks it out? I can't even access the saves.
Yeah. Which really all they need to do for arcade carts is that they make it so you can insert one credit, just disable it so you can't insert more credits and then you're good there. Yeah, tapeworm is neat. About the button. Oh yeah, about the button combo.
How much of it did you play? Because
I've gotten like halfway through it.
The thing that's important to note, and I'm glad this is the case, is that they're only teasing games. They're only teasing games that are gonna be in future collections. So
yeah.
Because I was like, oh man, if you can only play this game for a month, what if you want to play it after that? And it's like, this is really just a teaser to let you know of upcoming games and collections. And I think it's a really fantastic idea on their part.
Just one more thing.
Oh no, there's gonna be more than that.
It is. So let's talk about that. So at first, initially, when I found out about this mode, I was like, wait a second, digital content, physical media. But here's the good thing though. And this is why I love Blaze, is the fact that they said, hey, this is just a preview. It's not. They're not opening an online store. It's just really. So really, I think that Ryan and Sean did it because they were tired of me complaining. Because like how I talked about, I want something to hold us off every month. I need something to hold me between the carts. And so I think that it's made it for me. No, but seriously though, I think it's a great.
And you know something. Yeah. Let me show you. Because I'm not playing this with a standard regular controller, but this game is actually working fantastic with this thing.
That's awesome. That is totally awesome. Oh yeah, Dan, it does ramp up a lot, especially so there's levels that were like before, kind of like the boss levels where you move really fast and
fleas in there.
Yeah.
Oh, look, he can.
Yeah. Okay, that's what Dan was saying. It ramps up later. Sorry, but it gets really hard. Like the first levels are really simple. And then yep, there we go. That's where.
Oh, I see. The cassettes are letting you extend.
Yes.
Boop.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
So yeah. What else was I gonna say? Lost in thought. So
don't think the controller's big enough. Well, I do have a bigger controller here. This is my other controller.
You know what? Yeah. Go on, talk here for a second, because I'm looking for something.
This actually won't work in the Evercade VS because, as far as I know, they still haven't. They don't have support for keyboards, and this has a keyboard encoder in it. So, I mean, I thought it would be kind of nice if, like, you could plug a keyboard in, like the thing lights up and everything. But
So,
I don't think they. Oh no, it works now.
oh, dude. So
The keyboard works. There's keyboard support now.
Ooh, for real? You can move.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
I don't know what the buttons are. I know the arrows. Wait, hang on a second. Let's see. I may put it in controller port 1.
What?
No, it was only working in the game. It's not working in the menu.
Okay. So there was another clip that I wasn't going to load up, but because of all the recent comments and this comment where Ernest P. World is saying, "I don't think this controller is big enough." Now I've got to play this.
That's what she said.
So,
You know, it took you like 10 times longer to find that clip than to play it.
I know, right? Oh, I know, right? Yeah, that's what people like it. Sitting for level 60 is harder. Wow, it's difficult now playing all the clips and keeping up with the chat. Okay, so now I'm caught up. Cool. Let me go back this way.
Now I'm dying to know if I go into controller. Oops. See, system.
Doesn't it work on Evercade?
Map
Yeah,
controller.
that's crazy.
No, it doesn't show up. Okay, you know what? It might have always been there.
Yes.
It might have always been there, but it doesn't show up under map controller.
Yep.
Yeah, it doesn't show up. That's weird. Yeah, you can still use it to play a game.
That's crazy. We got to do more testing on that. So RMGB, that's how it wipes each month. So I kind of like it how instead of just giving you a demo, it's like, hey, everyone, you can try this out, and it gives you that taste. Kind of waiting for more. So I think this is an awesome thing that we're going to get it, and it doesn't replace physical media because they know this card is all about it. So here's one other thing that I also want to, I think that kind of needs to be addressed a little bit about that. So on the Facebook forums and other places, some people I know they feel that like the handheld users are being left out, and here's kind of the analogy that I kind of want to use for people to know. It's kind of like you have the Switch, you plug it into your TV, it can play all the games. You have the Switch Lite that was never designed to be plugged into the TV, and it never will. And I wish people would understand that the handheld came out first. It doesn't have an internal hard drive. It's a $60 device. These features were never meant for the handheld. Blaze is trying to do something cool. They're trying to to give us something free. And so it's if you want the VS, it's just like the game unlocks and stuff. It's like if you want the VS features, I'm sorry, but just get a VS.
Well,
here's the thing, then that's cool too. But
since it just thought of something now, if they're doing these like monthly previews of games and you play them, you don't even have to pay for anything. You don't need a subscription or anything. You just be able to play a new game every month.
Yeah.
And then they're going to be out in collections later. You know how we have all those hidden games? I wonder if they'll actually have hidden game actual carts, like, oh, these are all the games that were hidden, and then release a cart. But again, there might be an issue with like having certain games and licensing. Yeah,
maybe. Yeah.
Together,
No, but you know what? I like that because if you want to have all those hidden games on the go, buy the cart. You've got it. Yeah, I know.
Because then you could play them on the handheld as well.
Yeah, and for people, keyboard support, computer carts,
but. Also, if they could figure a way out to an easier way to update the handheld, like if you could update the handheld through the VS, if they could figure that out, there's nothing that says that you can't update the handheld to also include those games.
Thank you, Ernest. Yeah, I know. But here's the other thing too, and that I wish people, not everyone's like it, is that Blaze's focus is on the VS, right? They want people to buy the VS. They want to get that console recognition and grow the company. So from a business standpoint, they have really no reason to invest in the handheld except to keep putting out the firmwares to fix stuff. I mean, and I don't blame, I really don't blame them. Aw, miss you, Richard. I know.
Well, it's almost like they're with that update, the game of the month. It's guaranteeing we're getting at least one update a month.
Yes. Oh, Andy, when you buy Indie, when Indie Heroes 2 comes out, you'll get them all anyway. So that's the other thing too, is that you're not going to be missing out on these games if you just have the handheld, right?
So I'm wondering also, I think I lost my train of thought. I was thinking something That's not a bad idea. Give handheld users a way to have them too. Yeah.
But here's the other. So here's the other reason why I think they don't want to do that is because it causes them I think the update on the handheld is simple, but it causes them headaches. A lot of people some people have trouble with that. So they'd have to almost have like a wireless card. I think.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, they'd have to make it easier. Like maybe you just plug the handheld in and then go to their like download a program. Oh, I guess that's what you're doing now is you're downloading a program. But for every firmware, you have to download a different program. If they just had like some sort of centralized program that you could plug the Evercade in, and maybe you could also play the games on your computer or whatever. I don't know. But then also just say click update button like you can on the VS. And then it says, let's download and update your handheld.
Yes. Yeah. Well, yeah, but I think that there's not that much. I mean, we know what the firmware size is, like 250 megs. So I don't think I don't think there's who knows how much more space. But good point.
I mean, 20 years ago that may have seemed like a large size, but now it's not. That's
no, not and here's the other thing too that I think not everyone understands. Notice this update they talked about like security updates and all that. When this handheld came out, they didn't want people hacking it. And don't forget too that they're keeping the handheld like at the $60, $70 price. It competes with all like the Chinese knockoffs. So they, you know what I mean? So like they can't add in like an SD, they can't add in more space or an SD cards. They have to keep it at a certain price point. So.
Well, okay. Well, the thing is, though, too, they could come out with another version of the handheld at a slightly more increased price that has, increased storage size. You can put in an SD card. You have a better screen. And then that option's there for the people that want to spend a little bit more extra on the handheld, but then still keep the cheaper model as well.
Yes. Yeah, I wonder some people might still complain, but you can't make everyone happy. Oh, yeah, Atari ST. Ooh, chat's on fire. Andy, I love this.
I'll be right back.
Okay. I am by myself. All right. Let's go through this here real quick. Not a bad idea. Ooh, so, of course, when Crow steps away. Rich says it's not a bad idea. Give handheld users a way to have them. I like that.
So Andy says, will you be able to use your Mayflash F500 Elite? Yes, you can use it. I used this one before that one. So if I want to play something where a joystick is better, I use this. When I use something where, I like to hit the keys like that, I use that one. I'm trying to not even use a regular gamepad anymore. The only game I've had used a gamepad for recently was Night Driver. And that's because you needed the R1 button to accelerate. And would be a little bit more difficult to do it with something like
you stepped away, but Rich liked your ideas about giving handheld users another way.
Yeah, I saw it.
Game per month. Okay, cool. VS, big headlines, next version, firmware. So yeah, but I think this is neat though because they said this year it's just going to be Indie Heroes too. So next year they might choose like another cart, and who knows, maybe the hidden games are a licensing loophole, like PSP. Blaze needs to decide the direction they want to go in. They want party for games.
Parody,
now they've added monthly game VSL. Yeah. But I think
the argument is that they're not permanent too. They're just temporary.
Yes, exactly. I mean, the unlocks. I mean,
they're going to be you're going to be able to play them on the handheld eventually anyway.
Exactly. So that's why I think it's fine. Yeah, and then there's some other fixes, localization errors, and save game states, performance boost, and all other kinds of good stuff there. Yeah, VS 99% myself. I love to see it. Oh yeah. So, all right. We're at the 40-minute mark. I guess before. Okay, all right, everyone. This decision's going to be up to Crow. So I'm putting pressure on you. Do you want me to go ahead and reveal the unlock when you put in the two card? I'm saving the secret one for the key combination till towards the end. Do you want to talk about and reveal the key combination when you put in two certain cards now, or do you want to dive into Data East?
Well, let's just talk about the two cartridges now that you bring it up.
Yeah.
What two cartridges?
Let me see. Trying to find the secrets. You can whatever. Just pretend secrets is up there. Is up there on the screen. You can tell it. Okay, so get ready. So if you put in Pico 1 collection and you put in Galeco collection, it unlocks this.
I asked you if it was one of the new cartridges, and you told me no.
Well, I thought you meant like new, as in. I thought you meant renovation in Gremlin. I'm sorry. Or do you mean like? I guess those are relatively new.
Yeah, they're new. Well, you know what? Maybe not. Maybe yeah, because I
was
guess
kind of like, what's your definition of? All right. So you go down here, and you'll see. I need to turn the volume down just a little bit. Twin brats.
Okay, so, twin brats.
Yes. So this footage, I just captured this morning, and I let it like cycle through just like the demo.
Is this a Pico? Well, this would have to be a Pico game.
I think it is. Yeah, but it's an arcade game too. Which
it is
really
an arcade
awesome.
game.
Yeah.
Is this a Galco game?
I don't. You know what? I don't. I'm not sure.
It almost looks like a Galco game. Oh no! It said my first hint should have been from Italy, so it's not Galco.
Yeah. I hear you, DJ. We're all waiting on
this. This is an adult game.
Is it?
Yeah, it is. So it's like uncovering the images, kind of like Glass. So they would have had to also, censored those images or replaced them. So it's another adult game in here.
That's funny. Yeah, so it's probably a Galco game. Offered to.
It's funny. I looked at the game, and one of the screenshots was just of a butt, and I was like, "What?"
That's oh man, dude. That's hilarious. But yeah, I mean, what do you think? I mean, I think for an unlockable game, I mean, this is our first arcade card, and I think this is actually a pretty good.
Yeah, first game. Arcade. The first arcade, unhidden game.
Yes. Yep. That's correct. That's correct. Pico and Galco Arcade 1. Yep.
How many? I mean, maybe it's because there's not that many. This is the only game that company released.
Huh. And we'll talk about Lock and Chase. Yep. Hey there, Rob. It is fun. Yeah, encourage everyone to try it.
It's a clone of. It's a clone of Ladybug.
Lock and Chase.
Okay.
Oh, okay. You know what? Thank you, because that was kind of driving me nuts. I was thinking it was like some other game. Yeah, be warned when you search for the game. Well, that's good to know, bro, because I hadn't tried to do that. Wow. Sister needs money.
I was just trying to find out if it was a Galco game, and no, this is definitely Ladybug.
So let's talk about this. Yeah, you know, Dan, that's a great, and we've talked about this. Like, Glass is also censored. So, you know what they could do? They've added competition mode. They could add what if in a firmware update they added an uncensored mode and they actually patched the carts and you could press like and you could.
They can't do that. I can guarantee you they cannot do this because they already have a PEGI rating on the game.
Oh.
They can't increase the PEGI rating.
So it would actually have to be.
But you would think that something like this would be 18 plus.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I think that would have to be more than that. I mean, if it's like a movie, like 18, it would be rated R, and here it would be 17 plus. But like they have a PEGI rating 18 plus. I don't know if that accounts for games that would just have nudity in it. I don't know if you need a higher rating. I don't even know if there's a higher rating than that for PEGI.
Makes sense. It would almost have to be like an unlockable game or a hidden game to get around that is what they would have to do.
Yeah, PEGI 18 plus I think is the highest one.
Yeah, agree, Sir Hammer. Yeah, they're probably definitely that Galco would have to have a license. I mean, when I first played this, that was kind of the impression that I got.
Oh, you know what? 18 plus, that would work. It says depictions of gross violence, apparently motiveless killing, or violence towards defenseless characters, but also may contain explicit sexual activity. So that it technically, but according to this, PEGI 16 could work too, because if it's just nudity. This is a depiction of violence or sex that reaches a stage that looks the same as it would be expected in real life. So, I mean, I guess it's all open for interpretation, but...
Wake up and smell the coffee.
Just making sure everyone's still awake. Cool. So yeah, I think so. What do you think? Good for a bonus game? Pretty cool.
Well, any bonus game is good or bad. How can you complain if it's the worst game in the world? I mean, can you really complain about it if you're able to play it for free? Well,
That's
technically,
true.
technically you need to have, if you already have both cartridges, you know. I don't know if anybody's gonna make sure they have both cartridges to play this, you know.
Look what you started, Crow. Look what you started. So this is what I really miss. I really miss like Pete, because like his reactions would be priceless right now. Oh man.
Yeah, and Rich says it would get slapped with adults only here in the States, but again, none of these cartridges have had an ESRB rating on them. But you would think that if it was just nudity, you would think that the mature rating would be good enough. In fact, it is good enough, because like in like God of War, games like God of War and stuff, there is nudity, and they're rated M for mature. So
yeah. And Rich was saying they'd probably get slapped with an AO. What's AO? What's AO?
Adult only.
Oh,
adult only.
That's true.
There is an adult only rating, but it very, very rarely happens because nobody wants that, because then that means no store will carry the game.
Exactly.
And also, like, even the digital storefronts won't carry the game. Except for Steam.
You're here, Ed.
Except for Steam, because you'd be surprised at the stuff that's on Steam if you looked.
Rolling my eyes. Yeah. All right. So yeah, that's a cool. I think that's a very much welcomed. Very much welcome unlock.
If I actually get caught up with all the collection videos, I will probably do a secrets and hidden games collections video. But the problem is, every time I finish a video, new cartridges are out, so I have to keep moving.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%, Dan. Yeah, nudity is pointless for this. Exactly. So
no, he said you also guessing that people wouldn't have been spending their quarters on Twin back in the day with it. Oh yeah, yes, right. Without that feature. Yeah, that's exactly. Like, oh, I want to see more naked ladies. I'm just going to keep putting in all my money in this machine until I see them all.
Exactly. So that's, especially like in current times and whatnot. So yeah, it makes sense. Why they why they do that. Evercade Underworld. Okay, that is Pete. Hi, Pete. Okay.
That is Pete. Who's Pete?
Oh,
yeah.
Do you think? Yeah, rolling my eyes.
No, that makes sense. Yes, anyway, yes. I forgot what the problem was that I said that ballistic coffee
because what I did say about Pete, and he said, I am reacting to you here, Ed. Yes, that is Pete. Awesome. I love that he's still here.
Ed, you just blew his cover.
Well, actually, it was hey, it's not me. It was Snake Eater. He figured it out.
Yeah, but you highlighted it.
Oh, our chat is smart. They know. Come on. But I'm sure he probably has. Has like 50 aliases, so it's all good. Probably uses a different one. So doesn't system itself. By the way, it's very cool. Another unlock for sure. Yes, definitely. I'm not. Yeah, Rich might have not. Rich might have not known about that either, because I know he's on the road and all that. Yes, it's me, Chad. All right. Okay.
Oops. Yeah.
I hope Pete is well. Yeah, he is. I mean, you know what? We miss him, but when he's wanting to come back, he's always 100% always welcome. So very much part of the show.
74 Patrol and his stupid taste. Oh, come on. We went without mentioning hot dogs for how long, and now he's going to make hot dogs. All right. And you know that means every time a hot dog is mentioned in one of these live streams or something like that, I wind up having hot dogs for lunch.
Ooh, the curse of the hot dog.
Okay, chain reaction.
Yeah, talk about that.
This is the Magical Drop series. So we already got Magical Drop 2, the Super Nintendo version, in an earlier collection. For whatever reason, this is called Magical Drop everywhere except for the US.
Mm-hmm.
So this is, and then after this, they just changed the name everywhere to Magical Drop. So
I think this came out first, though, too.
Well, this is the first game.
Yeah.
But I'm saying like in like Japan, it was called Magical Drop.
Yes.
But yeah, this is the first game. This is the arcade game. So yeah, this game is fun. The only problem I have with the game is I think there's some sort of purposeful delay in the controls in the arcade game, because I kept wanting to like hit the buttons faster than the game would let me.
Oh.
Because I like move, and the guy would like only not move as far as I thought he would. I hit the button to release, but he wouldn't release it. Like I'd hit and I didn't know if it was like my controller or what, but it happens with every controller I've tried and everything. So there's it doesn't move as fast as I would like it to. And I don't know, have you played the versus mode on this, Ed?
Yes, actually. So I'm glad you brought the versus mode is my favorite mode, because the endless mode, while it's kind of neat, it's just a lot more fun. The blocks build up and you have to compete, and with the buddy would be even better. But there's one thing in this game that the Blaze needs to fix, and that save state. Actually, I haven't tested it since the latest release, but
the save state.
It locks
up.
The
save. I forgot all about that. The save states don't work on this one. I mean, it'll save the state, but when you go to load it, the game just freezes.
Yep.
Oh, and that's a bad miss.
That wasn't in their change log, so I assume that's not fixed.
No. Well, yeah. So
there's actually bigger issues they need to fix first.
Yeah. But for me though, I mean, like it does. It's really insane. But for the score chasing part of it, but the versus mode. See, that's the thing. I haven't been able to beat the versus mode in one sitting, so I really want the save states.
Have you been able to beat the versus mode at all?
No, I haven't, because you have to do it in one sitting because we don't have save states. No.
Yeah, the last. Well, no, you do have to do it in one sitting, but you can keep replaying the same level again and again. There's nothing that sets you all the way back to the beginning.
I know.
The last character in this game, I think, is impossible. There's I don't know what setting they have this machine on. It's got to be very difficult or something.
Yeah.
Because the last character is so impossible to beat. I never even came close, and I tried for like an hour.
See, that's what I mean. Like usually, so I'll play this game. Sometimes I've had it where I've like beaten the first 3, and then I'll get stuck, and I get really frustrated, and I want to come back and play it. But yeah, this is one of my favorite games. That's on the collection for sure.
To be honest, I think I'd rather play the Magical Drop 2, just because I don't remember having that issue with the delay.
So here's and I forget if we've talked about this in the past. What's interesting is Magical Drop 3 is actually like owned by it was made by SNK.
No, not necessarily. It was on Neo Geo.
It was on Neo Geo. Thank you.
Neo Geo didn't. SNK didn't make every Neo Geo game.
Oh, you know what?
I think Magical Drop 3 is a Data East game, because Data East did make Neo Geo games, and it was on the Data East collection for the Wii.
100% right. I think brain scramble. They own the. They didn't make it, but it's a Neo Geo game. They own the license. They own the license.
I don't think they do. I mean, because this Magical Drop 3 did appear in the Wii collection, Data East collection. That was one of the games in it. That was a Neo Geo game. Unless there is a non-Neo Geo version of the game. Let's see.
See, so I love having you here, man, because you're our resident game sleuth. But yeah, so we could get a Magical Drop 3. That would be awesome. I really like Magical Drop 3 a lot. I mean, this is fantastic.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, as long as it's owned by Data East, it's like all these games that we're getting for the NES. They're not made by Nintendo, but they're made for companies that made the games for Nintendo, and apparently there's no issue with them re-releasing their games on a system that emulates the NES. So,
I gotcha.
But maybe the Neo Geo is a different story, because you do need a BIOS to emulate that. I don't know.
Yep. But then I wonder though what the licensing is for the Uni BIOS is free. But
you do need a BIOS to emulate PlayStation games, and we've got those. So.
Oh yeah. So I wonder what the thing is. Alrighty. Cool. You wanna move on to Darwin?
Yes, we should probably move on. We're at 11 o'clock. Well, 11 o'clock my time. And we're only 2 games in.
It's all good. We're in a little bit over today, but it's all good.
Yeah, I mean, I don't need a hard stop.
Okay, that's what I was gonna say. Unless you have a hard stop, we'll go a
No.
little bit longer today.
But
this
game, this is actually the first game in a series, a Darwin series, I think. So this game is a shoot 'em up, obviously, where the power-up system is pretty unusual because as you collect power-ups, your ship transforms and morphs into other forms. And depending on what form you are in, it depends on what kind of firepower you get. And apparently, the evolutionary chain of your ship can differ depending on certain things that happen in the game. Like certain forms are only possible after you die. That kind of thing. It's really weird. Yeah, that's pretty much the crux of the game. I don't know if this game has an ending because I think I've never seen one. I played up to a certain point where I got sick of the game. But then even when I looked online at game footage, I don't think anybody's finished the game. So I don't know if the game has an ending. It probably does, but it's got a ridiculous amount of levels as it is.
And probably like a lot of arcade games, it'll say, "Great job," and like show you like in a pilot off. So you know what I think of this game?
I order you to go take a number 2. Aye, aye, Captain.
Really not like the game because this is. I mean, I can't remember what I think I was put that this game I was rather indifferent on. The problem is that as you become stronger, you also become a bigger target. So, and then you get hit once, and you all of a sudden revert back to your original form. But there is actually an evolutionary mode that is before your original form, where your ship becomes super tiny. So that's kind of weird. There's 19 different forms. In order to get the most powerful form, there's some ridiculous chain of events that that needs to happen. Looks like this game has some performance issues. This is the way I think it performs anywhere you play it.
So yeah, other than that clip, so here's the thing. It looks cool, but first off, the shape of your ship, like your hitboxes are big. The controls are janky. It's too easy to die. I mean, maybe when you can get to the power-ups. I mean, I love my shooters. That's why I can't wait for the Renovation Collection. But yeah, this is, of all the games in this collection, this is my least favorite. I really don't like this game. It's just,
I don't think this was my least favorite. Is this my least favorite? I don't think it wound up being my least favorite. I have to look at my list.
Music is kind of, so...
Yeah, and it's like the same music the whole time. I have no idea how long it takes to beat the game. Nobody... As far as I can figure, nobody's put up a video of the ending of the game.
Yeah, it's a very frustrating game. That's all I can say. I'm not a big fan.
I can tolerate it. Even the sequels are almost exactly the same way because Super Real Darwin is the sequel to this, and that was on the collection on the Wii. And I remember having exactly the same experience with that game as I did with this one.
The good thing about it, I guess, is when I get the Renovation Collection and play those shooters, it'll...
Oh, you know what? This was my least favorite game on the cartridge. But again, I felt rather indifferent about this game. There really wasn't a game I didn't like on this cartridge. Rather should I say, there wasn't a game on here I hated.
It never ends.
I didn't like this one, but I did not like it either. So
yeah. All right. Well, I think let's move on to a game that I like a lot more. And actually, I actually did a get good on this game because let me talk about this game here for real quick. So initially, I didn't like this game in the beginning because it just was too freaking hard. I was trying to play it like Pac-Man, but what I learned is that you need to be constantly closing doors behind you, and once you do that and you kind of figure out how to trap the enemy. It's pretty cool. It's a lot harder than Pac-Man. It's really, really a lot harder. But to
be honest, I kept playing this game, forgetting all about the door feature.
Oh.
And then I was like, oh, I could close doors. To be honest, this is my second least favorite game on the cartridge.
You know what?
The thing that I don't like too are the sound effects in this game, especially when the money bag shows up. And then you're saying trapping the cops.
Like if you go through a door, You press a button and it puts a red door and closes it. Yeah.
Yeah, but they could always just
that
turn
thing.
around. They're never really enclosed in any.
No. But it lets you get away.
But there was some sort of tip I read where you could get bonus points for trapping them, like in a room. But like, I was like, where can you even do that?
So really, Stiffy tip.
That's what she said.
Yeah, somebody was in my video, my Data East video. Somebody cracked up at the fact that I pointed out Stiffy.
Yes.
But,
A butt free, yeah. Truthfully, I like this better than Twin Brats, a Game Boy version. Oh yeah, that's right. There's a Game Boy version. I need to.
yeah, I mean that might be better. The Game Boy version. It's kind of like, oh, you know what? You just made me have an epiphany. Because if you have Lock and Chase, and then the Game Boy version of Lock and Chase is more evolved. The same thing with Burger Time Deluxe. There's Burger Time and Burger Time Deluxe on the Game Boy, which is more evolved, and they're both Data East games. So I wonder how many more games they did like that then. Now you make me want to get a copy of Lock and Chase for the Game Boy.
I know, right? I think
Maybe that could be on Data East Handheld Collection 1. Burger Time Deluxe and Lock and Chase Deluxe and whatever other games they put on handheld systems.
Just real quick, Andy, we'll probably talk about that, but I haven't gotten mine yet.
Yeah, I haven't. I got my collections, but I've only played games on the Renovation Collection so far.
But I don't. So here's the thing that I do like that. It reminds me a lot of like Dig Dug when you move your character. And it makes it like it's very arcadey. Like I love these sound effects, but I can see how the money bag can be really annoying.
But with Sound Doug Dig, it's like the whole soundtrack is making the tune, but not just while you're moving. You're just going. Are you just? Yeah, you're just making noises as you're picking up the dots.
Yep. But yeah, this game it's challenging, and actually this is a good game you could play in competition mode because you don't get unlimited continues once they. Hopefully,
you do have save states, which is how I got as far as I did in this.
Yes. So here's a question for you, Carl. With a game that's vertical like this, where could they put the trophy? Could they put it like in the upper right? You know what I mean? Like where could they put
I'm thinking they could put it like unless they this is the issue is that they might have to figure out a specific spot on each individual game to put it.
Would you shrink it down? Would you shrink it down and put it up in the corner there? I'm pointing like
again. It would have to be like in a game like this. If they put it up in a corner, like it's a black part of the screen, you could easily overcopy that or put that. Because if you're playing this like this, think about it. I could put that trophy anywhere on the screen, even with a watermark. Like I was saying, the only foolproof way to get around that is to put a watermark on the games that you're playing in standard mode. So I don't know if there's probably not a foolproof way to do it because I wouldn't want a watermark on the games as I'm playing them.
Yeah. So it's a balance. Oh, see you, Sternhammer.
Like I said, the only way to know for sure that somebody didn't use save states or cheats in any way is if they played it live on stream.
Yeah,
that's really the only way.
Yeah, to do that, but. For someone like for content creators like us, that makes it a little bit more difficult if you just want to say, "Hey, I just want to go ahead and do this run and not have it be live." You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, exactly. And there's plenty of people that don't even have capture devices to begin with, so and they just want to submit their scores. And also, even people like us, we're not always capturing our footage.
Exactly. That's so you know what Evercade needs. It'd be cool if you could do that mode. And you could save it directly to the VS and maybe upload it.
Yeah, that'd be a possibility. I don't know if it's capable of doing that or if you have the storage space, but the only real way to do it, I think, would be to have it capture it and save it in system and submit the scores over Wi-Fi that way, I guess.
Yeah. Or RMGB TV, yeah.
Or actually, what would work?
Code. Yeah.
This competition.
What about that?
QR code instead of a trophy item. Yeah, but it also would work. Even competition mode, as it is, isn't totally without its merits as it is, because the scores on the leaderboard can still rely on only games that were played in competition mode.
Mm-hmm.
So That's that could be verification that those are actual scores. So yeah, that way you wouldn't even need to record footage. I mean, unless you somehow spoof your score online to Blaze. This is like the first steps really towards a leaderboard, I think.
Yeah, you and RMGB have figured it out. Yeah, with QR code. No, I love that. You start the game in competition mode, and then it'll only go on the leaderboard if you start the game, and it'll only give you that QR code. Yeah, dude, that's perfect.
Yeah, that would work. But again, if they implemented leaderboards, you wouldn't even need to do that. You could submit your score through the system.
Oh, that would be better. Yeah, in only competition mode you can submit it. Yeah, I love that because the last secret game, just a little tease. The last secret game, when I was recording footage for it this morning, it's a game that runs natively, and it's actually like it's 16:9. So I was having, I was actually having some issues because normally all the other games are a smaller resolution. So I was actually, I was having a little bit of lag, like trying to play the game, but I'm like, I need to get footage for the video. So yeah, to your point, if you're playing it all on the VS, you're not going to have to.
Technically, you didn't need to get footage for the video because I could have just inputted the combination live.
Oh,
whatever the secret is, and played it live.
You know what? We still might do that and get your natural reaction. We still might do that. That might not be a bad idea. If you want.
I mean, we did that kind of did that with tapeworm already.
yeah. Oh, that's all good. We could, All right, so let's move on to one of my.
How many more games are there?
This is the last one.
Oh, this is the last one. Okay.
Yes.
So Sly Spy, aka Secret Agent.
Yes. So I love this game. It's like it's like a cool. It reminds me a lot of like Bad Dudes, in that it's a game that you just love, and I can play it over again from the beginning. Oh.
Yeah, it's a lot like Lock and Chase.
Sorry, tried to remove. Yes. No. But yeah, no, I love this. I love this game. I've played through it. I played through it quite a few times, and it's neat when you get the golden gun and you have crazy tigers. And I don't know, what do you think of this game?
Well, it's funny is that I've played this game before. I've seen it. It's actually on the Wii Data East collection. I've seen it in Galloping Ghost plenty of times, but I never really played it past the first 2 levels. So I didn't know that as you continue to play it, it keeps changing up the style of gameplay. Like you're underwater or you're on a motorcycle, that kind of stuff. So I thought that was kind of cool. But also the James Bond ripoffs in this game are hilarious too. Like,
yes. Yeah. Oh, you know what though? Like, spoiler alert. I'm sure everyone's beaten through it, and we may have talked about this. At the end of the game, it said like, "Good job, but you've maybe missed some things." I googled that, and there isn't anything else. I think they just did that.
I pointed that out in my video.
Okay,
I think that's.
Okay.
I gave it a demerit for that, because you play through the game. It's like, oh, you might have missed some stuff. It's like, what did I miss? And I looked up, and then what I did was I looked up on YouTube people's game footage, and I looked up the endings they got, and it's like, everybody got the same ending.
Yeah. I know that would have been really neat. But this game is just so much fun. I really do. It's one of those games where. Did you have a gun when you finished a game? Because when I finished a game, when I got to the last part of the game, I didn't have a gun. Oh yeah.
I wasn't sure how to get out of that situation at first, because what I was doing didn't seem like it was working at first. But yeah, I mean, I like this one. Where did I put this one? I don't know if it was too high on my list. Yeah, it's actually in the middle, somewhere in the middle. But again, it just means there's a lot of good games on this cartridge.
Yes. So what's neat about this is it's just like, there's so many like variations and levels, underwater levels. Cool. Bye, Anthony.
Yeah, it's a fun game if you just want to play through it. And,
like later, like the tigers and
the golden gun.
Yeah, this is a fun beat 'em up just to go through and like beat like in 30-45 minutes or so.
Absurdity with their plots, and they're just kidnapping the U.S. president just for one storyline.
Yeah.
Because that happened in Bad Dudes too. Maybe that's just a Data East thing. The president gets kidnapped in Data East games.
Could be. Could be. So yeah, this is definitely a great game. Love having this Love having this on the card here and all that. Okay,
The only
okay.
thing is that that's a 1-player game, whereas Bad Dudes is like a 2-player game.
Oh yeah, dang, that would have been fun if it was 2-player. Yeah, I guess that is a bad thing. So,
Well, it's not a bad thing, but it's just a thing.
yeah. So, what do you think overall? This, I mean, for me, this is like one of my favorite collections.
Let's see. It's one of the better arcade collections. Where would I put this? I mean, it's definitely. See, the thing is with the 4 arcade collections we have, it's definitely not the worst one, but it's also also the other 3 that I kind of have like at the same level. So it's hard to say that I like this one better than this one because all the other collections have games on it. It makes me wonder, well, maybe I like that game better than I like this game. You know, it's kind of hard, you know. But if you have them all, you don't really have to choose a favorite.
Exactly. No, I think for me the Data East collection, for the VS, it's a must-have. Like I would like highly.
Well, as long as you like those games. I mean, if you're a big fan of like Burger Time, obviously you got to have it.
Yeah.
But also, Tumble Pop is a really good one, and then the Dark Seal games. If you're into those, there's a lot of games to that you could possibly like in here.
All right.
I can't imagine anybody being a really big fan of Darwin 4078.
No. So,
Oh yeah!
all right. That means it's time to reveal. And I will go ahead and I will show the footage. And unlock it since I went through the trouble. I won't put you on the spot. So this game, load it up. You press the menu button 10 times. And
really?
Fairy Fire, Defender of the Fairies. So if somebody were to ever do, okay, let me just play this music. Let me turn it up real quick. I love the music. Okay, so if somebody were to ever do, I'm sorry.
Okay, you just hammer on the menu button that pops up.
Yeah, that's usually I do. Just keep it. So
I was hammering on the controller, and I'm like, nothing's happening. So, that controller's not plugged in.
So first off, real quick, forgot to say Ryan did give us permission to reveal this like we shouldn't rats because it has been figured out. Okay, with that out of the way.
This looks like a Windows game, though. It looks like a PC game.
Yeah, and
what is this for?
You know what? I don't know, but there's a few things. For one, if they were ever going to make like a Defender remake recharge, this was heavily inspired by it because you have to go through Rescue the Fairies. You've got the menu at the top, and you have a shop.
You do have, you've got a map at the top too, very much like Defender.
And I started off here at second level, then I went to first. We'll see the shop here. But notice that this game is native, right? There's no save states. Which is
there's not?
No. When you
press the menu button doesn't even work.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how do you get out of this game then?
Press start. And then you go down to
quit.
I
see, and you have to select quit. Okay, that's weird.
But it will save your score.
Very weird.
Yeah, it will save your score. And you can, once you unlock levels 2 and 3, you can go to it. Down a little more. I don't know if it's too loud. Oh wow, the chat just is totally been blowing up. Yeah,
it's a PC port, so we got a PC game on the Evercade now.
Mm-hmm. Our first native port looks good, but this game is just so addicting. I plan on doing a more in-depth video or get good on it. Yeah. As you said, Lucy, PC port game is super fun. Yep, totally rich. But this game is addicting, and it just. But notice too, it's in the 16:9 aspect ratio, so I can say like playing this on the living room TV, like on a 55-inch or so, and with the sound turned up, is freaking amazing.
So he's just automatically firing constantly.
Yes. So that's one. Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about the controls because I know I launched it. Yeah, you're constantly firing, which I love that because you're not having to mash a button, and you press the button just to float and fly. And what you need to do is rescue the fairies, and you get power-ups that make it so you can hold more fairies. And if you lose all the fairies, then you lose the game, or if you run out of lives, you lose the game. and there's a shop and all that.
The one creature looked like a power-up.
Again, you're right. This is embarrassing because when I was recording this footage, I didn't have a lot of time this morning, and I was trying to tweak OBS because there was input lag with me trying to record this. So yes, and it's not just an excuse. I do suck playing it during this footage, but I wanted to have something to show y'all.
Who made this game?
Oh
wait a minute. If I go to
says go in the beginning. Oh, and the cool thing too is if you go to help, it tells you how to play. So it kind of has like a manual built into it. Very fire. It's very fire, Andy.
Hey, my back. How do I get back? Oh, there.
Yeah, you gotta press start.
No, it's like I accidentally had the menu select, and the word back was in the corner, and I couldn't figure out how to get the cursor there. So if you select help, okay, this kind of like it has this feel like it looks like an
there
old,
we go. There's the shop.
Really, like an older arcade game, but with like higher res graphics. It just kind of looks like a
Dad, you're hilarious. Oh my god.
That's funny. The menu screen doesn't say who made it either.
When you go to start it, it says like music by. Totally get those vibes. Yeah, I love it. It's that's what I was saying. Like it was heavily inspired by Defender. That's why it's almost like kind of like a remake enhanced with their own spin on it. And it does. So here it does get challenging. I haven't yet beaten the 3rd level, but there's also like an arcade mode which is endless. So I don't know if there's more levels that you unlock. It'll be something that we'll have to.
This is certainly not bad for free.
Yeah. So
you don't even have to own a cartridge.
No. So this, in my opinion, this is the first. Well, this is the first game where you don't have to own a cartridge with a button unlock that I think is like worthy. Like it's really good. Like this is actually high quality.
Oh, you don't like the other games? I haven't played any of the other hidden games, to be honest.
Well, what I mean is like when you put in the 2 Atari collections,
key skips.
You get
yeah,
that's who it is. Or like I think this is better, or I think this is like this is better than better than Bratz, or or some of the other button unlocks like the Katie game. Trying to I can't really think, but this and maybe that's really not as memorable for me. Like this is the first real like button unlock or even like secret code of first unlock that doesn't require you to put in carts. That is just like totally really good.
The game is on Steam, but you have to pay $5 for it on Steam.
Oh, there you go.
It's not a free game on Steam, huh? Stefan Frias.
He can survive longer than Defender makes happy. Yeah, but you get to use the Evercade controller. Like this plays amazing. I think with the controller. Yeah, and you gotta get those dudes from stealing them. But yeah,
the game definitely has some.
Thank you. Kudos. Yes. Kubo Unlock was great, but that game was really. That was a fun experience, but that was really short though.
I was glad those Kubo games were on there because it's funny because when they were playing Kubo 3, I was like, why isn't Kubo 1 and 2? Those were also NES games.
Yeah, exactly. That's pretty funny. Like, may not want to update it.
Well, yeah, are you saying that they might take this game away?
No. He's saying because it's too addicting.
Oh, I see.
He was saying that, like he said, say good. You may not want to update it because you'd be addicted and say goodbye to playing anything else like the Renovation Collection.
Yeah, you wouldn't even know though unless you tried. If you're gonna get addicted to it.
Yeah. Dude, 2D games are my jam. Some 3D game. Well, I have trouble with space relation and everything else. And yeah, there's the shop again, and this might be the end.
So after you die, you get to spend money on upgrading.
No, after you beat the level. I beat the level. Okay. So you beat the level by you beat the level by
You exploded, and I thought you died.
Oh. No. You beat the level by killing all the enemies and rescuing all the sprites. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like an old. It looks like what would be an old arcade game, but with higher res graphics.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is definitely on Steam, but for $5. So for free, ain't bad. Well, I guess it's not technically free because you do have to have the Evercade VS.
Of course.
But it's interesting that you could get so many games for free just by if you don't have any cartridges, you got plenty of games to play.
That's so true. That's so true. That's 100. Yeah, 100%.
That is really cool. I'm actually That surprised me, to be honest.
I know that's what I mean.
It's quite
the great quality. I can't believe it.
and you don't, and the button combination to get into that is very. You just hammer the menu button.
Yes, that's what
You don't have to remember anything. Like for the other ones, I don't remember. I'd have to look them up.
Exactly. I don't. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I don't remember those other ones. It was the one where you're like where Katie goes across the screen, and then that one like Gotris or whatever. I mean, those are neat. But this one, I mean, this is like the first like where you feel like you have a really good quality like indie game.
To be fair though, I haven't played any of those games. I basically tried the button combinations to get them up, and I took screenshots of the menus and stuff if I used them in future videos and stuff. But I never actually played them yet because I've always been busy playing these other games.
Right. So yeah, as you all may have noticed, I a little bit more obsessed with the videos and the banners. But yeah, this has been a different show. It's been a lot of fun. Do miss Rich. Can't wait for him to be back. But now that I have admin control, we'll see. We'll see what future shows. Future shows are. Rich has given me this power.
No.
Of course, yeah. Chris still has his power. Actually, something about those style of graphics.
Yeah, it has a PC freeware feel to it. It's like it feels like the graphics kind of remind me of like a 90s shareware game.
So, Ernest, you know what? That is the reason why I love retro games. That's one of the reasons, because you can do less is more. You can't just like wrap something in a pretty skin that looks movie realistic and call it a great.
Yeah, a lot of times those like the games that are like super fancy graphics and everything, there's not much substance, and I think that was proven a long time ago with Shadow of the Beast, where everybody like would show the game on display for the Amiga. Look at the graphics of this game, and then you play the game, and you're like, "What's going on?"
Yeah. So that's the button that Dan was saying for one of those other games we were talking about. R2. Yeah, that's right. It was like R2 plus select. It was that's right. Something.
Well, I would just pull up Evercade info if I needed to remember that stuff. Like, oh, what do I need? Pull that website up and okay, yeah.
Yep. So that's why I kind of hope maybe for some of these games, like I wish that you could have, like I wish there was a list where you could just like here's the thing, they wouldn't have to make a list to where it shows like if they said like secret games and it showed all the games. I wouldn't mind if you could just see the codes on screen and then you could just input the code manually, but be able to view that while you're in the VS.
Hey, did this game here on Evercade info, the button combination is on the website. So did they just put that on the website, or was that there before?
A good question. You mean the one for the Fairy Fire unlock is already there?
Yeah, it's there. Yeah. Press menu button 10 times. Fairy Fire, Defender of the Fairies. Thanks to Page_Zip, JT, and Michael F.
Oh, awesome. Okay. But that's what I mean. Like, wouldn't it be neat though if you could see that page like on the VS, so you could just like input it. You could just like input it right then and there, without having to like look at your phone and. Or do you think it'd be okay if they just had secret unlocks and you'd go there and it would just show you all the games that you've unlocked?
I mean, it would be interesting if you only had to do it once and then it would remember it. But
that's what I'm talking about.
I don't know if there's a specific reason why not to do that.
Gotcha. Oh, maybe due to licensing, maybe some of those games might only be here for a year, and then maybe they could go away. Like we don't know.
Or like you would like on your main menu. You know how if you put 2 cartridges in, all the games show up intertwined. If all those hidden games showed up in there as well, I don't know if you would be able to do that, or you could cycle through. Okay, collection 1, collection 2, hidden games.
Yes,
that kind of thing.
Thanks, Rob.
I mean, obviously, the games that require the cartridge combinations, I think, would still need the 2 cartridges inserted.
Yes, no patch. Yes, exactly. So here's the one thing that I'm against, and I think Crow actually, this was a few shows back. You brought up a good point that if you have to have physical media to unlock a game, you still need to have physical media. Like yeah. I'm 100. Well,
because Because if you put those cartridges in and then you sold those cartridges, why should you still be able to play that game?
Exactly. But it's also the fact that, it was born on physical media. It needs to be on physical media, because then you don't want to turn this into having downloadable games. Like, it kind of goes into that area. So I think we were talking about that, and you're like, do you really want that? I'm like, oh, bring up a good point. So yeah.
Well, to be honest, I hate to bring up the Amico at this point, but I think they had a really good idea with the way they planned on doing their physical media. And that's the fact that you would just have to put the game in once, but then you wouldn't have to put the game in again unless somebody else used that game on their system. Then it would be removed off of your system. So that kind of concept I like, but I don't think that's very feasible with these cartridges.
No, and there isn't space. My Evercade Shrine. So actually, I do have plans for that. To make a long story short, because I know we're running over, and we'll wrap things up here soon, but this has been just too much fun. That weekend or so ago, when I had to help my brother-in-law move, he did give us some shelves to put together, which would go in my daughter's room, and then some other shelves would have to move to the living room. Anyways, that would make me have more shelves to go back there, and so I would be able to expand it out for sure.
I like how definitive that answer is. Never happening. LOL, or will it?
See, like 22 likes. Blah, blah, blah. All right. Anything else? Because I know we're over, but we've had a lot to talk about. There's been a lot of news, a lot of things. Anything in the chat or anything else?
I just got one more thing.
Yeah.
Yo, Dave. Yo, Dave.
I love that. You know what?
Just one more thing.
I just have one more thing too.
That was the one more thing. Okay, well, I think that's about it. I don't know if anybody's, this is like me ending a meeting at work via video conference. It's like, anybody have anything else? Anything? Oh, okay.
Any more? You know what? Well, you know what? We'll go out. We'll go out. We'll go out on a jump scare. We'll for sure go. Love Columbo, but yes, I'm glad everyone you liked my crazy style of hosting, and it was fun. And who knows, we may maybe add more zingers and everything. But yeah,
look, I can put my logo in the corner. I didn't know that.
But do really appreciate everyone, because without the community, I always say we're just old men playing games and in basements and all that.
Solid patience dealing with Ed and shenanigans.
Yeah, of course. I mean, so anyways, everyone, thanks so much for watching. You take off.
Are we ending?
We are. I just have the
broadcast day.
Yeah, do your thing.
Oh, yeah.